Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and happy 2024 to you guys. I wanted to do a video letting you guys in on my goals for the year, and it doesn't cap at a year. This is just like my goals in general. I didn't go heavy on the goals last year because I was just like really in a good place, and I just wanted to just keep the momentum going of like, I was doing well and things were going good, and I just didn't focus a lot on goals. I had a few things that I was like working on, and overall 2023 was such a good year. I had a wonderful year, but unfortunately I'm entering 2024 with heartbreak, intense grief, and so 2024 is, I'm walking into 2024 in a much different place than I've ever walked into any sort of new year. If you're new here, I lost my dad November 22nd of 2023, and I am very close with my parents. They literally live across the street from me. We are very, very close. Grieving my father has been something I have never had to navigate before. These feelings are all extremely new to me. I've never been in this situation before. I've lost people I've loved, but never my dad, It's different when it's your dad. For me anyway. So starting 2024, just in a rocky place. Things are hard. Like I did Vlogmas, and Vlogmas really helped keep me busy, keep my mind busy. It just really, really helped with the whole, like literally my dad's funeral was like November 28th or something, and Vlogmas started December 1st. Like it was so fresh. But now that everything's over, Christmas is over, and it's been a month, it just feels harder now than ever. Like it's, in the beginning it's hard, obviously, like it's I guess it's never easy, but it feels like it gets harder every day. And I think it's because like time's passing. Like it's been a month since I've seen my dad. I don't know if I've gone a month without seeing my dad ever in my life. So it's just, as time's passing, you start to notice like, oh my God, I haven't seen my dad in a month. Like it's feeling hard. So I'm walking into 2024 just really fragile and very sad and a little lost, I guess. So I have last year I didn't write down one goal. This year we wrote down a whole page of goals. So I want to go over my goals with you guys. But first, I think I want to go over my word of the year. I do love a word of the year. I love hearing people's words of the year. I just think it's really interesting. I love getting to see inside people's minds a little bit, and what is it that they want to work on. I've had words before like create and joy, and I forget. So I can look back, but my memory is horrible. But this year I sat for a while trying to think of what I wanted my word to be this year. And the only thing that just kept coming to me was gratitude. My word of the year is going to be gratitude. I don't want to ever, ever, ever lose sight of everything I have that I'm grateful for. Everything in my life that is such a blessing. Things that I look forward to, and being in a state of gratitude has helped me tremendously walk through this season, because as much as it is heartbreaking and sad, I am able to stop myself a little bit and remember the things that I loved about my dad and the memories we've had with him. And even though this loss feels so tragic and just so unfair, and just like, I just feel so grateful that I've had a loss that feels this hard, that I've had a father that that would literally do anything for us, that literally kept us in his heart and in his thoughts up until his last breath. That this, what I'm feeling right now, is only because of the love we've had for him and that he had for us. So I'm just so grateful. And it really helps. And I allow myself to feel the things I need to feel. And trust me, like, I don't, as much as I cry on camera, I cry a lot off camera too. But it is helpful to remain in a state of gratitude. For me, I feel like it is. So I just know walking into 2024, like I'm feeling rocky. Things are just feeling like not how I typically walk into a new year. Usually I'm like, yay, like it's the best year ever. And I know the 2024, like it's going to be all of our firsts without Dad. And we made it through our first Christmas without him, but he was a part of this Christmas. Like, he put up the tree. He helped put up the lights outside. Like, we had him for part of this Christmas. He gave us Christmas gifts. Like, he arranged Christmas gifts for us. This necklace right here is one of them. But next Christmas, like, there's not going to be any gifts coming from us from Dad. There's not going to be him putting up the tree with us. So 2024 is going to be all of our firsts without Dad. And I just want to remain grateful. And so my word of the year is gratitude. And you'll see that plays a lot into my goals for 2024. So I want to share with you guys my goals that I have for the year and for the rest of my life. This is stuff I want to just continue doing on, and some of these are things I kind of do anyway, but I'm just reminding myself to, like, don't stray from this. So my first goal that I have, if you see me looking down, it's because I have it written down, is to use my planner daily. So this is my planner that I'm using for 2024. My mom got it for me in my stocking, and she got it at Costco. So it was very inexpensive. I think it was like $14. And it's really nice. Like, I've done the fancy planners, but I absolutely love this. I already started working out of it, and I love it. I love, especially if you're a list person, highly recommend this planner. It's just at Costco. It just says 2024 on it. I don't know. So use my planner daily. I don't want to break the habit of using this thing because I am the type of person who gets overwhelmed with plans and to-dos, and I find writing everything down helps keep my brain organized. So I do this all the time. I like stray away. I'll use it for months, and then all of a sudden I'll just stop and forget to write things down, and then it's a whole thing. And then you guys know, you've been through it with me many times, but I want to use my planner daily, but like take this, like when I go upstairs, take this with me so it's sitting on the kitchen table. And then when I come down here, take it with me, just so I always have something to have, like, jot things down on, So that's one of my goals. Another goal that I have this year is to focus on my health. Now, this is probably going to take up the biggest chunk of me this year because I lost my dad to heart failure. My dad was diagnosed with heart disease really early, like he was around my age, unfortunately. My dad's health, he just, health was not on his side from his like 40s on. And Dad was an athlete. Like, I mean, I can't even tell you, like it's genetic. It does run in the family. I have multiple people in my immediate circle that have heart things. And my last doctor's appointment that I went to, maybe not my last, like one of the last ones anyways, my doctor actually sat me down and talked to me about my heart because of the heart history. And he actually put all my stats into some sort of calculator to figure out my risk right now of heart attack. thankfully it all came back. It was like a 2%, or I don't, it was like super low. Like it was like really, really low, but like he put in like my weight, my blood pressure, my age, my, I don't know, he had a bunch of, and he put it all in. And I was like, oh, like I don't know, I didn't even really think of heart health. You think I would because of my dad, but I've never, I never really thought of it. And then as my dad was in the hospital, the doctor, he came in to tell us about how serious Dad's condition was, and that Dad wouldn't be coming home with us. In a roundabout way, that's how he said it. And he also told my brother, my sister, and I to they had a bunch of info for us about heart health, because Dad's condition is genetic, hereditary, or whatever you want to call it, and that the three of us need to take our heart health extremely seriously because Dad's only 62 and he was dying. So as much as the timing felt so poor in that moment, I was like, okay, I didn't want to think of myself in that moment. We never did go get the little pamphlet thing or booklet thing they had for us about, what Dad had and how to set us up for success and how to treat our heart good. And we just never, like, we were just focused on Dad. So I never got to see what they had for us, what information and stuff. But now looking back, it's kind of like, I guess it was kind of good timing. Like we were literally in that situation with Dad, and what way to hit home with it than tell us, we gotta take our health seriously. So my health goals this year has nothing to do with weight loss and that stuff. That might happen, obviously, if I'm eating healthier and I'm trying to work my heart with exercise. But it's not going to be a focus, and it's not something I'm ever going to mention on my channel, because I have left that world years ago. I'm not comfortable talking about weight and weight loss and that anymore. It's just something my whole life that I had as a top priority of my life, and held me back from things in my life and just completely controlled my mind. And I'm not in that space anymore, and I don't care to ever return there. So I won't be weighing myself. I won't know if I'm losing weight or not as far as looking on the scale. I don't want that data. I don't need that data. But I am going to really pay attention to what I'm eating and how I'm moving my body, because it's important to me. I don't want my kids to have to say goodbye to me when they're in their, I was younger than my dad when I had them. So like, I don't want them to, in their early 30s, have to say goodbye to me because of my heart. I was too young to lose my dad. I really was. So I don't want that to be something they have to do. I don't want to miss out on my grandkids and their weddings and, going to their school plays, and I don't want to miss out on any of that. And as of right now, I'm healthy. I have a crappy thyroid, and I have ADHD that I'm treating, and I've really, really handled and grasped and learned and understand. And I have what I suspect is autism, which I've never gotten diagnosed, but have talked to my doctor about in my last visit, and I have not been assessed, but he does suspect that I am on the spectrum, but I'm not sure where I'm going with that yet. It's a long process, and I don't actually need a title. I just am educating myself on the way my brain works, and if I have it, I have it, and if I don't, I don't. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just learning about, my brain and how it works, and I understand that things bother me that don't bother, like certain noises and sounds and lights and textures and change, and just certain things bother me that don't bother everyone else. And I know that now. I just know now more about it, and I'm okay with where I'm at now. So whether or not I'll go for a diagnosis or not, I'm unsure about. But as far as health, like other than my thyroid, I'm in good health. So I want to maintain that. I have a lot of other health things that are genetic, and that, you know, people were my age when they started to get diabetes and high blood pressure and cholesterol problems. And I'm turning 38 next week. So I really want health to be my main, like that's my main gig for this year and for the rest of my life, is I need to take my health seriously. I love food. You guys know this. I love it more than anything. And I'm not going to be taking anything out. You might be like, okay, how are you going to do that? But I'm like a maniac when it comes to certain things. I'm just like, like I need to just kind of learn to control the, like, what I feel like is like emergencies. Like, it's not an emergency. Like, I can get through certain things. But I'm going to focus on like a healthy breakfast, a healthy lunch. You know, I'm just going to make whatever for suppers. I don't feel like my suppers are crazy unhealthy, but like for the most part, I don't really eat lunch and I don't really eat breakfast. So it's like I eat supper and then I go crazy all night. Like, I just gotta sort all that out. So I'm not following a diet or anything. I'm just paying attention to like making sure I'm really getting fruits and vegetables in, and I'm going to look more into heart health type of stuff, but I don't, as of right now, I'm not like following anything or stuff like that. So water, exercise, and healthy eating is going to be top priority for me this year. Another thing that I have written down is that I want to have a more relaxed approach to YouTube. I really liked the vibe of Vlogmas for myself. I typically can get hard on myself with my channel, and I feel like I'm taking up people's time, and I don't want to post long videos because like they don't have the time to watch me. But I'm like, now I'm like, if they don't have the time, they won't watch. Like, you know, I'm not making you watch. So I'm able to like see that now, I guess. And I just never I was always like, I think that if I show like my garden, like people might think that's boring, or if I show what I'm making for supper, people might find that boring, or if I'm showing like, I was always like, I guess just like no one wants to hear what I have to say. And I've just realized with Vlogmas that you guys do want to hear what I have to say. You do want to see what I'm making. You do want to see what I'm planning for the garden. Like, you guys are here because there's something in me that you like watching, and you like seeing what I'm up to. And that's what I'm like when I watch people. Like, I watch people like Pam, she's doing embroidery. I don't know how to do that. I'm never going to be opening an Etsy shop, but here I am watching her do her Etsy shop. Like, I'm just like, you know, I don't know. So I really liked how Vlogmas, I did not put pressure on myself. I was like, I'm giving myself grace. Videos are going to go up very minimally edited, and I'm just going to share the real raw me, my life. This is what it is. And I really like that approach. It was not one bit stressful. It was just lovely. And I want to just keep more of the raw stuff in this year. And not that I'm not going to be editing, but like just share with you guys what's on my heart for that day. And don't overthink it, and just upload it. So that's, it might make more sense if you make videos maybe, but that's my one of my goals for this year. I also want to explore new recipes, so just continuing to try new things in the kitchen, and also stray away from recipes, because I feel like that's like the rule, like you got to follow the recipe. But I've been kind of straying from recipes lately, and things have been turning out like really good. So just like learning new recipes, but then kind of doing my own thing. So I want to focus on that as well. I want to spend less time on social media. I don't feel like I like posting on social media for my own sake, for my own memories, to have, you know, certain things that are kind of just stamped in time there on the internet. But I don't want to scroll or be in like, I don't know. I don't love it like I used to. So just kind of spend less time on that and spend more time on things that are productive, that I like to do. I want to use my Start Today journal and practice gratitude. So my Start Today journal is this thing here, and can do it in any journal, but I used to do this practice every day for years and years and years and years. But basically what it is, it's kind of the basics to manifesting. So you start with what you're grateful for. Every single day you write a list of 5 things that you're grateful for. And it's better if it is small things. And I still do this, but I haven't been physically writing things. I just throughout the day will stop myself and think of things that I'm grateful for. But since I'm in like a really rocky season right now, I really want to make it an actual priority to pen to paper to write down what I'm grateful for and just kind of get back to basics like that for myself. So I'm going to be writing down what I'm grateful for every day, 5 things, and then 10 dreams, basically 10 goals that you have for yourself. But you write them down as if they've already happened, and it's just kind of a way to manifest. And that's how I dipped my toes into manifestation, was through these journals. But you could do them in any type of journal, but I would just write down, like, I think I started in like 2018 or 2017, just like writing down like things that I really wanted to achieve, but I wrote them down as if they've already happened. Like one of the big ones was travel. Trevor was on dialysis. Travel was absolutely like near impossible. He could have traveled, but it would cost so much money, right? Because you'd have to have dialysis done in other countries. And anyway, travel wasn't in our future at all, but I would write down every single day, I go on vacation every year. I go on vacation every year. I go on vacation every year. And I wrote that down, and I wrote that down. I wrote that down. And now that's something that we go on vacation every year. Like, it's as simple as that sometimes. There's a lot more to it than that, but it's as simple as that. But your mind is very powerful, and I truly believe in manifestation with all of my heart. And I really believe when you focus on what you have, you just attract so much more. So that's why I'm like, I just really want to focus on gratitude this year. And I don't want to forget about these blessings in my life because I'm in a hard season. Like, I just want to keep remembering like everything I love, everything I'm grateful for. So one of the things I wrote down was I really want to dig deep into manifestation and learn more, explore manifesting deeper is what I wrote down, because I want to take it to the next level. I want to get even more connected than I already am to that whole world. I'm very good at manifesting. I really, really am. But I do notice like times like this where I'm like really like just really grieving and just really struggling. I do feel myself a little bit more disconnected. So I want to just realign myself and just really focus on where I'm heading, where I want to go, what I have, what I love, that sort of thing. So that's another really big priority for me in 2024. I want to continue to host weekly meals. I really have been loving that, so I want to keep that up. And we usually don't do it in the summer, but I want to figure out something for the summer. I don't know yet, but I definitely want to keep the weekly meals going. I also want to host Trevor's family for a meal. His family's big, and our house is small. And I get in my head, I'm like, I don't know where everyone's going to sit. And I don't know, like, I think I can make it work. I definitely can make it work. So that is a goal that I have, is I want to host his family for a meal, like his whole family. I want to make the home cozy and get some home decor. I'm very new to I've had a house now for 13 years, but I just never have been into home decor at all. And I already know once the Christmas stuff's down, the place is going to look so empty, and I just need it to feel cozy. And I don't really know how to do that exactly. So I just really want to, fill the home with things that make it feel cozy. And when I say fill it, I mean get some lights and maybe get, I don't know, a fake plant. I just really want to have the vibe of Christmas all year, but not a Christmas tree. I want to listen to podcasts daily. I haven't listened to podcasts much at all lately, but I love listening to podcasts. So I want to bring them back into my life and start listening to different podcasts. I just really like how it stimulates my mind, and it's a really big help for me when I'm doing laundry or sweeping or vacuuming or mopping or cleaning toilet or whatever it is I'm doing. I like having a podcast on and listening to some podcasts. So I want to bring that back in. And then I just randomly wrote, take care of me. So just take care of myself. Like, just make sure I'm getting water, getting my sleep. Maybe check in on myself and just see how we're doing. Am I writing in my planner? Like, just don't forget to take care of myself this year. I wrote dream big, because sometimes I hold myself back. I get these big ideas and I'm like, oh no, I could never. And I don't want to do that. I want to dream big. No one has to know what you're dreaming of, you know? So I don't want to hold myself back in my own mind. I can dream of whatever I want. I don't want to hold myself back. So I wrote that down, and no playing small. So I've been guilty of that a few times or two. Playing small, just playing safe, playing small. I don't want to do that in 2024. Live in the moment. Definitely just cherish every moment, and that goes hand in hand with gratitude, my word of the year. Just live in the moment. Be grateful for all the moments that I have with everyone in my life, and don't sweat the small stuff. I have that written down too. Don't sweat the small stuff. I've been good at that. That was a big struggle of mine for a long time, but I'm getting much better at that. I have crochet a blanket. I started making a blanket, oh my gosh, the end of the summer, and I thought I'd have it done by Christmas, but then, you know, things happened and plans changed, and I just couldn't sit and crochet a blanket. I just couldn't. So maybe by the end, maybe by next Christmas, I'll have the blanket done. I want to meal plan. That's typically on the list every year, but yeah, I want to make sure I'm meal planning. It's just easier to get groceries when you know what you're making. I want to take more photos and videos. And I take a lot of photos and videos, but I want to take even more, because now more than ever in my life, I know how important that is. And the pictures and the videos I have of my dad are our family's gold. And they've been all taken by me for the most part. I've been the one taking them. Not all of them, but a lot of them, because I'm the one taking little videos and little pictures, and just I'm the one that does that. That's just I've always been like that. Ever since I've had like a smartphone, I've been like, burr, burr, burr. I just like to do that stuff. So I want to do it even more, because as much as I have of my dad, I wish I had more. So anyway, that's a goal. This next one, I feel like it's hard to, I don't, this is like really hit me just even reading it, but grow through what I go through. So grow through it all, like grow through whatever it is I'm going through. So whatever 2024 brings, I want to make sure I continue to grow through it. And I'm definitely growing through this season right now a lot. I'm learning a lot about myself, and I'm growing through it. But grow through what I go through. So continue to prioritize my relationship with my kids. This is another top priority for me for 2024. I have some pretty amazing kids, 12-year-old and a 15-year-old, which they're going to be 13 and 16 this year. And my relationship with them is so precious, and I feel like it is sacred and beautiful and fun. And you guys don't get to see them as much. Now that they're getting older, I don't mind sharing them as much, and they're always comfortable with it. But when they were going through certain ages, I just kind of pulled them off the channel for a bit. But I don't mind sharing them, and they don't mind. So I don't know how much of them you'll see this year, but like, I think you can see from the little bits of them you have seen, like, how amazing they are. And I love them so much. And my relationship with them is so beautiful. I just want to continue to nourish those relationships, because I love the ages they're at. The teen years are my favorite. And I was meant to be a mom of teens. So I just really want to sit in it and soak it all in, and just continue to prioritize each of my relationships with them. I want to go on weekly dates with Trevor. We did that a lot in 2023, and then the last few months there hasn't been any really dates. We went on a couple. Actually, the past like 3 weeks, we've been on 2 dates. So 2 out of the 3 weeks. But we were so good at weekly dates. And then, you know, we just fell off it. So I want to make sure we do that again. Go on weekly dates with each other and just make sure that we are nourishing our relationship, because we've walked through a lot together, me and him. Oh man. For only being together, like, how long have we been together? 15 years? You would think we were like 85 years old. The stuff we've walked through together, but anyway, I love him so much. So I want to just, you know, make sure we're still paying attention to us, because when there's a lot going on, a lot of times it's easy to just be like ships passing in the night, you know, but anyway, explore, man. Okay, I already said that. Manifesting. Give what I can, where I can. I love being helpful and giving. So just remember to give whatever I can, where I can. And sometimes that means being okay with not being able to as well. Like this Christmas, I really wanted to just do so much more for people. And I just couldn't. I wasn't in that season to give. I just needed to just be. So I couldn't, and I was okay with that. I mean, it wasn't really okay at first, but I was okay with it in the end. So just give what I can, where I can. And that also means if you can't, you have to be okay with that as well. I want to keep Dad's memory alive. I don't want to sit here this time next year and think I don't even know when the last time I thought of him was, or I don't want to ever get to that place. I want to always keep his memory alive and keep his name in constant conversation with us. And he, oh, I don't even think that could ever happen. You guys know how much of effect he had on my life and how much I loved him. So I don't think that would happen, but I'm just writing it down. I just want to make sure I keep his memory alive and honor him any way I can. I want to grow strawberries. I really want to grow a beautiful strawberry garden this year. I don't know if I'll get many berries from it, because I really want to follow our little gingerbread's house technique with growing strawberries. If you guys, I'll link her channel down below, but she grows so many strawberries in the summertime. That's her main focus in her garden, is her strawberries, and she grows the biggest berries. Like and her technique is like she will plant the runners, but then she doesn't let those flowers grow or bloom. Once the flowers come up, she picks the flowers off, so that way your berries they really focus in on the root and you get strong healthy roots, and then the next summer you'll get all these big abundance of berries. So I really want to start that. So, you know, get some strawberries going. Maybe have one that I am gonna let fruit and pick and enjoy the little berries, but then have a big chunk where I'm just gonna let it really grow and all that. So I also want to grow a vegetable garden, and I want to do all of this like in the yard, not just on my patio. I want to just really dig deep into gardening this summer. I want to plant outdoor flowers. I want to plan and manifest future travel. Travel is more important to me than ever. Yeah. My dad, we were talking with him. You guys know, we were so blessed to have the opportunity with him at the end that we did. But Mom said to him, she goes, Dad, what is your favorite memory? Like, what's your favorite memory you have? And he said, Florida. My dad loved Florida. And I mean, he loved Florida. And Dad discovered his love for travel later in life. So he got a few trips in with us, and he said those were his favorite memories of his whole life, was this trip to Florida. And That's the only thing he took with him when he went, was his memories. He didn't take, you know, clothes or jewelry or money or fancy shampoo, or like, he took those memories, and he even went into detail with what some of his favorite memories were about that trip. And you don't need travel for memories, but I also share some of my favorite memories of travel as well. Like, one of our first vacations with Trevor's family, we went to Disney World. It was Florence's first time in Disney. She was only 2, 2 or 3, because Alex was just born. Oh my gosh, we were crazy. It was so busy. And it was Trevor's first time in Disney. And we stayed on property at the Polynesian Resort. And it was, I still remember, like, I just remember feeling like I was dreaming. Like, I was like, this is not my life. Like, this is, I still remember taking her to Disney World for the first time. I still remember, like, the hotel room and, like, being, like, watching the fireworks on our resort every night. Like, I remember our cruise, like, the Trevor and I went on, just the 2 of us. Like, some of those memories, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I literally, like, can't help but just smile when I think of all of that. And then, like, the cruise we did in earlier 2023, Mom went on her first cruise, and my sister and, like, all Trevor's family came, and we were all, like, together, and it was just, see Mom live out her lifelong dream. And it's, you know, you don't travel, doesn't, memories don't just come from travel, but just some of my most favorite memories ever or travel. So it's just important to me. So I'm gonna work on some manifesting future travels. I want to host a breakfast. I probably more than one, but I'm just starting with one. I want to just do a big feast with, like, eggs and bacon and French toast and whatever, like, all of the things, like, and just host a big breakfast sometime. Don't know when, but I'd love to do that. And then the last thing I have written down is be okay with your change and growth. It's okay. Because I am a girl that does not like change. And sometimes, even when there's change within myself, I try to bottle that down, and I don't want to let that change happen, because it's change, and change for me is, like, literally the worst thing. I cannot handle change. Like, there was change today in plans, and I'm like, ugh, like, I need to work on that, but we will, but I don't do well when there's a change in anything. So if I'm evolving and changing and growing, that's okay. Speaking to future me here, it's okay. It's okay to change. It's okay to like things you don't normally like. It's okay to all of a sudden have an interest in something that you hated before, or whatever. Like, just be okay with that change and honor it and embrace it. It's okay. So that's my goals for 2024 and just forever. So focusing on relationships with the kids and Trevor, and my health, and manifesting, and gratitude. I think this year is going to be a year of real learning, and I want to make sure I'm available to be listening and taking in all of the lessons. And I just, certain years I really feel like, oh, this is going to be such a good year. This is going to be my year. This is going to be, and I feel like 2024 is going to be a really good year, but I do feel like I'm going to be learning a lot of lessons, and I think there's going to be a lot of healing, and I think there's going to be a lot of growth and learning, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready to take this next step in my life, learn how to live without someone you love so much, learn how to continue on. I'm very grateful that he doesn't, he really, like, he really just shows up a lot. He really, really does. I want to make sure I'm continuing to just like be like, oh, Dad. So anyway, Happy New Year's, guys. We're going to it's New Year's Eve for me right now. So tomorrow's, when you're seeing this video, the first day of the year. But I do turn 38 on the 8th, and I'm excited to turn 38, continue to grow and age and learn, and, you know, I think I'm ready. I got my, my planner and we're gonna be in class all year, just learning and growing and just all the things. Oh my gosh, you guys. Anyways, I hope you guys are well. I will see you guys really, really soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to vlog tonight or not, but if I do, that video will go up shortly. Happy New Year's. Let me know in the comments below what your goals are, or if you have a word of the year or anything like that. Let me know, and I'll see you guys really, really soon in my next video.